Hello and welcome to the channel. If you haven't done so already, make sure to like and subscribe. Appreciate that so much. So let's go ahead and talk about Hyundai yet again. Now we remember that video. I will leave a link either on top or somewhere in the description where the guy got pulled over by a cop, and essentially the car was too loud, and they sent him to state referee, suspending his so-called registration. So when they suspend your registration, technically you are not allowed to drive said vehicles. So he had, taken the car to the ref. He failed because it was too loud, because they put it on the setting that's too making the car too loud. But what they should have done is put it on the lowest amount of the lowest settings in order for it to pass, because that is how these vehicles are able to be sold in the state of California. When you do the testing, you're supposed to have it on the lowest settings, not the highest settings. But anyway, what ended up happening is he went to the dealership, took the car there. They can't do anything for it, obviously. And then he contacted Hyundai of America, and they ended up just not being able to help him out at all. So then he got issued a state, like some sort of representative, I guess, to handle his case, and there's nothing really they can do. That other representative isn't really taking care of him, so then he got another one. So what ended up happening is he's just trying to sell back the car and just kind of wash his hand with the whole situation and try to get it, buy back. I'll have more updates on that, but this video is just focusing on this other side of things, of actually what's going on. I don't know what the hell's going on. Obviously, when it comes to styling, I think Hyundai has knocked it out of the park with styling of their vehicles and certain vehicles, but their quality is still fucking poor. They're still having engine problems. That's why they give you that 10-year, 100,000 warranty. But there's a caveat to it. They can still deny the warranty claim of said vehicle. So I've said this in the past, warranties aren't worth the paper that they're written on. Warranties are worthless. They will find any excuse in order for them to not pay out on the warranty. And these are the classic examples. Now, they do have several recalls for the DCT, and I'm going to cover that as well too. And then I wanted to react to these two or three videos that I wanted to share with you guys today. So here it is. Hyundai Kia will recall a total of 8 vehicles models, more than 122 vehicles, as a result of an issue with their 8-speed dual clutch transmission, high pressure electric oil pumps. My thing is, doesn't company know, do the calculation? But they do the calculation, unfortunately. They decide whether they want to ship cars in a non-working order, or at least where it has flaws that it's gonna fail. But if they decide it's worth putting it out, like sell more cars than the ones that are gonna fail, then it's worth it in order for them to just do it. Ford has done the same thing with the Pinto, where they knew the car was faulty somehow, but they still went ahead and sold it, and there were claims of people getting killed and sued, but they still decided to do that anyway. Why not make a decent product that doesn't have any problems and stop cheaping out? But that's the main thing here. They cheaping out. The fault may lead to vehicle entering a fail-safe mode, losing proportion. In an email to Car Scoops, Hyundai confirmed a report from Auto Week based on a document found online that it has issued a dealer stop sale order for any new vehicle used affected until problem has been fixed in accordance with federal regulations. We reached out to Kia to see if they issued a stop sale order, and we'll update the post once we hear back. The recall impacts the automaker's 8-speed dual clutch transmission and affects vehicles built between 2020 and 2022. In all, Hyundai must recall 53,142 vehicles in the US and 8,719 in Canada, while Kia must recall 69,000 vehicles. Through both brands believe that this defect will only be found in 1% of vehicles affected by this action. The models fitted with transmission are 2021 to 2022 Hyundai Santa Fe, 2021-2022 Hyundai Sonata, 2021-2022 Veloster N, as well as 2022 Hyundai Santa Cruz, 2022 Hyundai Elantra N. There's a reason why I'm highlighting this. I'll get to that next. And 2022 Hyundai Kona N. It also affects the 2021, 2022 Kia Sorento and 2021 to 2023 Kia K5. So obviously there's issues there. I don't know why they don't just make a better product, quality product, but they just want to maximize profit. In order to do that, you have to make it a little bit cheaper. And unfortunately, you run into these kind of problems. So it's cheaper for them to ship these things out faulty and fix it rather than just making a quality product so you don't have to recall and cost you even more money and bad reputation. But they don't give a shit, just like Dodge and fucking Jeep Chrysler. They're crap. They're crap, okay? You might have like very small percentage of cars that will last over 100,000 miles, but majority of them are just gonna fucking fail. But that is just fact. You can do your own research if you want to. But anyway, moving on. All right, so this is the video that I wanted to share with you guys. And like I said, the warranties aren't usually worth it, even if they're 10 years or whatever the hell it is. But anyway, Hyundai declines to replace blown motor on the warranty on a stock 2022 Elantra N. So let's go ahead and cue the video, and I'll have my comments, here and there as well too. So let's go.
Got a pretty bad situation going on right now with Hyundai, and I need to share it with you guys. This post was shared by an Elantra N owner in one of the Facebook owner groups, and long story short, they experienced engine failure due to symptoms from a current recall, and Hyundai denied their claim, causing the owner to have to pay out of pocket for a new engine. So let's talk about how it happened. A few weeks ago, the owner of this Elantra N was driving their car at roughly 40 miles per hour when the car started to bog down while accelerating. And as they state here, when it bogged down, they hit the gas pedal as a natural reaction that almost any human would do, but also to simply not get ran into from behind. But then his car slowed down even more, and according to the ECU data logs, the engine revved to over 8,000 RPMs. But that doesn't make any sense because the ECM has a rev limit of 6,720 RPMs.
But what if they didn't set the rev limiter? That's the thing. Somebody might have fucked up and they didn't set it correctly, and that is the reason why it revved up that high. It's possible. Or maybe they're just lying. Nobody really knows except for them. But anyway, let's go on. Because like I said, any company will try to wiggle their way out of a big expense, especially replacing an engine. They want to avoid that as much as possible. And those warranties, they don't mean shit, to be honest. That's why I never buy extended warranty, because they ain't shit. I'll use my 3-year whatever and roll the dice. That's why I always try to stick with Honda, Toyota, or even Mazda. If I was in the market of buying any other cars, I try to stick with those 3 brands specifically, because I know they're gonna last a really long time. Now, it's very few instances where Honda will have issues with their vehicles, just like Toyota as well as Mazda. They all have issues, but it's nothing too severe. If I was a gambling man, I definitely roll the dice with those 3 brands. Way better than Kia, Hyundai, and anything out there. But that's just my opinion. I don't know how you feel about it.
But we'll get back to that here in just a moment. And before we go on, I want to mention that this owner also works for Hyundai as a tech, so just keep that in mind throughout this whole situation. So after that, his oil light came on, the check engine light started to flash, and the engine started to knock. He then had the vehicle towed to his dealership to get paperwork started for an engine replacement or repair, and called the Hyundai tech line to ask them what they wanted him to do. After the diagnosis and after the tech line received all the ECM data, they also found that it had a turbo overpost code. So the Hyundai tech line tells the owner to replace the turbo and engine assemblies. The owner then puts the paperwork through Hyundai, and they decline the engine replacement at only 18,100 miles. They claim this is an out-of-warranty issue from the car being revved to 8,350 RPMs. Now that brings us back to the current recall on the car that I had mentioned earlier, where this exact issue can occur on an Elantra N with the DCT transmission, but yet somehow Hyundai feels the owner revved the engine to over 8,000 RPMs on their own, when in fact that's impossible with the limits being set to just under 7,000 RPMs by the ECM. So why is Hyundai ignoring this fact? We don't really know at this point. Even the Hyundai tech line said there's no reason the claim should have been declined.
Well, They don't want to pay it. Simple. They don't want to pay it. That's just the fact. You know? They don't want to pay it. It might cost what? Maybe, I don't know if he says the cost of it, but with labor, you're looking at what? Maybe 18,000, if not probably like, 13. I think it said 13,000 if I remember reading or seeing the video earlier. But they don't want to pay it. They don't want to cut the check. And there's other options. If you're looking into Elantra N, you could look at the SI or even the Type R, which, good luck, because the dealerships are going to, charge you like crazy, but at least you're going to get a quality product.
The owner had 3 failed attempts with Hyundai to get the engine replaced, and every time it was declined. For a manufacturer that claims to offer one of the best warranties in the industry at 10 years and 100,000 miles, they seem to be quite good at declining to help their customers and their employees. Thankfully, because of being mechanically inclined, the owner was able to get the car fixed for less than the $13,000 bill it would have cost a normal customer. But there's still thousands in the hole, and after repairing the vehicle, they've already sold it and moved on. However, this issue must be known. Hyundai needs to know that this situation is wrong, and in my opinion, we need to help the owner get reimbursed. Share this video to everyone you know, and don't be shy to let Hyundai know how you feel as well. Please leave a like on today's video if you agree this situation is wrong, and to help spread the awareness on what Hyundai is doing to their customers. If Hyundai...
And this is just a small amount of things that are happening. I have another video that I want to share with you, and it's a short video, but just to show you the quality that they're putting out. Their cars look nice. I'm not gonna lie. Their car looks nice, but it's all just an illusion. It's an illusion. It's a facade. It ain't real. Because some of those cars will not last 100,000 miles. You'll be lucky to get 50,000 miles out of it. If you get to 100,000 miles, you're good. But expect that car to fail after that. And then you're going to be putting money out of pocket because then you won't have any warranty. But then again, the warranties are pretty much useless. They're useless. They are. And I'm not just talking about Hyundai's useless warranty. Every manufacturer has warranties, and most of them are pretty much useless. They will wiggle their way out of any repair or repair costs because they don't want to put out that kind of money. Unfortunately, it rubs people the wrong way, and people will eventually know and just not support your brand or your product or purchase your product, because news travel fast on the internet. I promise you that. So make sure you guys share this video and like and subscribe if you haven't done so, and go check out his channel. I will leave a link in the description for the video. So let's go ahead and check out that other video that I wanted to share with you. All right, so on this video, this mechanic, he works at the Kia dealership, and he showcases like all these different engines that needs to be replaced on all these vehicles, and I'll just have to share it with you.
And apparently there's some people that don't believe me that these engines are trash. But let me show you what it was like this week. I'm an engine tech. There's 1 core. There's 2. There's 3. There's 4. There's 5. That one was a customer pay engine. That was a junkyard motor. There's 6. There's 7, 8, 9. That's that one.
Bruh.
10. That was a short block. 11, 12. 13, 14. So this one's a stinger. This one was a fluke. This was a fluke. This shouldn't have happened. And there's 2 more. Here's more that are on the dock, waiting to be sent out. You guys still believe it's a fluke, or are you guys wanting to acknowledge the fact that these engines are dog shit?
And after he made that video, guess what happened? Hyundai called the dealership and got this mofo fired. Fired. It makes sense, business perspective. You're making the brand look bad, and you shouldn't be making the brand look bad, unless you want career suicide. That's why I always try to keep my work and my social media private, because it's 2 separate entities. never bash or talk ill of my employer regardless of things that are going on, because I know how it is, you know. But if I was on my way out, it is what it is, you feel me? But yeah, so initially it was this video where he was talking about he says the hashtag is like, I will never stop bashing Kias or Hyundais. It's true, because the quality is not there. And I am taking a gamble on their electric vehicle. And I know that. But so far, so good. Haven't had any issues. That's the only Hyundai or Kia that I would, I don't know, roll the dice with. I guess I'm rolling the dice until something better comes along. And then maybe I'll jump ship and try that. But, you know, when it comes to electric vehicles, we're all taking gambles here. But anyway, let me know what you guys think about these information that I given you guys. And I was trying to tell you the truth and to what brand to avoid and what brands I recommend. There's only 3, maybe 4 Subaru, sort of, but Subaru's got its issues. But anyway, as always, leave your comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Make sure to like and subscribe, all right? Have a good one.